Welcome back, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Air Superiority update, at least the dev server, and we are going to start off with the US tech tree. If you are looking for gameplay, I just did a 3-hour stream where I 1v1'd an actual duelist who is much better than me at dueling to get a bit of a feel for the planes and see which one has the best flight performance. And here we have the short and sweet summary of it. That's probably going to end up being 20 minutes long. Let's get started with America here again. The F-15A does have the better flight performance opposed to the AJ in the game. The F-15 are a bit heavy. They are extremely good at accelerating. They rip the wings off as of right now, which might be fixed, but it might also look to be somewhat accurate because of the structural limit. Top speed isn't that high, only about 1430 on the deck, at least in the dev server right now. The kit is quite good. We have 4 AIM-9Ms together with 4 AIM-7Ms. And that's basically the only decent loadout for RRB that you will find on the F-15A. The fuel pods aren't really necessary, the fuel burn isn't too excessive. However, you can't really go wrong with it, other than of course making your wings rip even quicker. So for the loadouts, on the outer pylons we have missiles only, then we have a decent amount of bombs or a drop tank, more missiles, some bombs in the middle again, missiles, bombs, missiles. No skins as of right now, this is the only one that we are having. And to just give you an idea of the sounds, because the sounds are a little bit different in this patch. For example, we have the nozzle sound. Those are the nozzles, and in third person you also have a particular howling noise, which I can't really show you right now, as everyone that I play with has gone to bed. That's the F-15. Decent at high speed, other than the wing rip. Acceleration is through the roof. Turning performance is kind of mid until you can drop the flaps, and the flaps are automatic and it can only be used below 400, which is a massive weak point of this plane right now. But overall, I'm not gonna say it's top dog, it's not gonna be game breaking, but it definitely looks pretty damn good. Germany gets nothing as of right now, and then we go to the Su-27. And the Su-27 is, at the moment, basically a slightly better MiG-29 with more missiles. So this is a straight upgrade for the MiG-29 mains, or just the Russian players in general. Ground ordnance isn't all that fantastic. Missiles and some dumb bombs, a load of options on the outer middle and inner middle pylon. And overall, pretty decent, but you're not going to be flying this thing for air support. What you can do is either run 6 of the R-73s and 4 of the R-27ERs, or you run 6 ERs and 4 20 or 73s. A little bit of a trade-off, also no skins. It's, as I said, it's basically a slower MiG-29. It's slightly, ever so slightly better at dueling. Still gets R-73s, still gets the HMD. Overall a very strong kit and probably a contender for the best overall package in top tier. It's not going to be the best, it's about the 5th best in terms of dueling. In front of it we will have, in order, Mirage 2000, F-16 Block 10, so the F-16 AJ for Japan, as well as the ADF for America, essentially. Then we get the Gripen in terms of dueling. Then we will get the normal F-16A, the Block 15, and then we will get the Su-27. The Mirage 4000 is deceptively strong, but we will talk about that in a minute here. So the loadout of this thing is going to be the main issue, or the main selling point, together with the fact that it just has a good flight model. It's not the best, but it's pretty damn good, and it will be carried by the missile set. It's basically what the SMT is, except it's actually a good flight model. Overall, in my opinion so far, looking to be the best addition right now. Then we go to Britain. It's not in the game right now, but we will get a JAS-39C Gripen for Britain. It will get a slightly better engine, it gets an HMD, and other than that, we will have to see what they are going to be adding. As of right now, nothing that I can show you. Then we get the F-16 or the F-15J, and the F-15J is a heavier F-15A. However, there is one massive trade-off here. We get AAM's trees. And these are pretty damn cracked. They are essentially roided up AIM-9Ms better range, better maneuverability, and I think it's the same IRCCM. They're very strong. They are absolutely stupid, but they do not track off the rails as well as something of like an R73, R73, because they don't have thrust vectoring. They are smokeless as well. They turn incredibly hard, but I still think that the R73 is going to be better used overall because this thing also does not get an HMD. So you both need to line up your nose, as well as the fact that it doesn't have thrust vectoring is going to make it so you have to put your nose on and then start leading the missile. And with the F-15 frame, that is not something that you will do very often. Also, no skins here. China gets the... Oh, that's the wrong button. Excuse me for that. But China gets the J11, which is a 400 kilograms heavier Su-27. It also doesn't get any skins. I'm not going to show you the loadouts and everything because I just did with Russia. It's the same plane. Pretty good overall. Same kit, same everything. Other than maybe it will get PLH, but that's a rumor on my end. I just straight up pulled that out of my ass. We will have to see. Someone in the comments will definitely tell me. I have no clue as of right now. Italy has nothing in the dev server right now, but they did leak something. They said something was coming. We, however, don't really know what it is. Someone said Hungarian Gripen, but I have no source for it, so I am not gonna cite it either. So we'll have to see what will come around. Now we have the Mirage 4000, which has been a surprising addition, to say the least. And it, as of right now, out dogfights everything when it comes to min fuel clean wing. The loadout here is a little bit questionable. Now you can run, of course, the targeting port with the AS-30s as well as some BGL 1000s. But overall, this is the equipment run that I'm going to be doing because the only radar missile that you have is the Matra 530F, which basically means you are going to be flared by a singular key. Not really worth it. It does have a decent air-to-ground loadout as well, because it is of course an attacker, but the main loadout for us, for the RRB players, is definitely going to be 6 Magic 2s together with the flare pods. Without the flare pods, you don't have any internal ones, so don't expect it to have it when you are stock, which is a little bit of an L, because yes, you do need to unlock them. Other than that, DEFAs, as you are used to, pretty damn quick, rips at about 15, 17-ish. Acceleration is really good, even with the 6 missiles on. This thing is gonna hit 1500 kilometers an hour without much issue. Do keep in mind, the fuel consumption at high speed is atrociously high, and you will run out quite quickly if you are gonna be going 1500 kilometers an hour with full afterburner on. Then we reach Sweden, and a bit of the main thing of the patch as well. Very hyped. Might be overshadowed by the F-15 and the Su-27, but this still has an absolute cult following behind it. And as we just covered, it is going to be the 3rd best dogfighting plane in the game, just behind the Mirage 4000, as well as the F-16 ADF and the F-16 AJ for the Japanese line. Now, no skins yet again. It's super small. Very hard to hit. You get the gun that the Tornado has. You get 500 and something rounds, 512. Good amount of countermeasures because you can of course run the BOL pods. Let me get the ground ordnance again so I can actually show you the loadout. If you are wondering how I get so much GE, I get it from Gaijin. I didn't actually spend it. I get it to make these kind of videos. So we have the AIM 7M. Which is AIM 9M, sorry, a bit of a no-brainer. Then you can pick out of all of these things. We are going to be picking this one, of course, because, well, we are playing RRB. And you can do that again here. But as you can tell, there's also a decent amount of other things to take. Now, you can pick the lightning pod if you really want to find, like, spotting people or stuff. Shouldn't hinder your performance too much, but it's a very light plane and it's very awkward to use. It is good, but if you hit your rudder at all, what ends up happening is you start spinning out and it becomes a bit of a ballistic missile. The way that I describe the Viggen, or the Gripen I should say, I call this thing the F-16 on coke. Why? F-16 is slightly better at super low speed. This thing is slightly better at medium to high speed. However, it's just very twitchy. It's very awkward. It's completely coked out of its mind. It's good, but it's not as refined as the F-16. So it's a very rough F-16. Might be better in sim because of the maneuverability limitation that the instructor has. It's very potent, but of course, you don't really have any strong missiles when it comes to air-to-air radar, because you can run the AIM 7F Sparrows. I think it's in the middle pylon. Where is it? Sky Flashes, I mean. Is it this one? Yes, it's this one. So yeah, it's not the best, let's say that. Might run one of them just for good measure, but in general, this is not gonna be the meta loadout. And then we reach the F-15 for the Israeli tech tree. And it's essentially an F-15A, except it gets Python trees. Is it really better than the AIM-9M? In maneuverability, yes, but the IRCCM of the AIM-9M is so damn strong that you might still have an argument to still use this thing. And that's basically all I have for you today. Thank you all for watching, and you'll see me in the next one.